Welcome to the Lightning Talk about how a university's official partnership with a science museum creates opportunities for impacts in society. My name is Phyllis Newbill, and I'm coming to you from the Center for Educational Networks and Impacts at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is situated in Blacksburg, Virginia. We are in the western part of Virginia where it's much more rural, and we are about 30 miles or so from Roanoke, Virginia, which is where the Science Museum of Western Virginia is. Our rural context is important to what we're doing here because we do have kids in our region who don't have the home background to identify themselves as STEM kids. And so part of our job as a museum and as a university is to find ways to help build those science identities from early on. And we've found this through research, including some broadening participation in engineering grants. So in about 2011, the Science Museum of Western Virginia and the leadership of both the museum and Virginia Tech formed a partnership, made it official, worked at the higher levels of the two organizations to create a formal relationship. For the first 5 years, the relationship existed largely on paper, while there were some researchers who made their way to the university to do things. It was not they had to know about it already. So after about 5 years of this, the university and museum came together again and decided to create a joint funded position to have a liaison between the two, and that's me. So since 2016, I've had the job of spending 1 day a week at the museum. The rest of my week is at Virginia Tech. And my job is to keep a finger on the pulse of both of the organizations and to help move the relationship forward, move resources between the two. And that, of course, includes a lot of broader impacts. Since we started the Liaison Program, 3 new exhibits have been installed on the museum floor, so it keeps the museum fresh. We're a small museum. We're not state funded. It's privately funded, and so we don't have budget for a lot of traveling exhibitions. And these, having things change and be local, helps both the museum stay fresh and also helps the kids who come to the museum understand that these things are happening in our region right now. We have 3 exhibits on the floor. There are 3 more exhibits in the works, and some of them may actually be done in the next few weeks. That's a tiny silver lining in the pandemic situation at the museum, where everything is closed, but it means that we can really freshen the museum without being interrupted. Another piece of data that I want to share with you is that over the course of the years that we've been having this liaison program, the word has gotten out, and as we've streamlined the process, it's become easier to talk to faculty members about how they can partner with the museum. So in the first 2 years that we had a liaison program, we wrote a total of 2 each year letters of support on NSF grants. They're not all NSF, some of them are others. The third year, after word got out and we began to really streamline the process, we wrote 5 letters of support. And then this past year, we wrote 6 letters of support. So where we had 4 the first 2 years, we had 11 the second 2 years, and that number seems to be increasing as we're better able to talk about what we do, and we're able to say that the museum is ready to work with us. We know that it's a constant relationship. We know that both organizations know that they have a single person that they can come talk to if there's any kind of problem. And that's actually a really fun part of the job, is to understand the cultures of both of those organizations at once. Having the liaison in place and the relationship strong, it's really streamlined the process and makes for keeping the relationship really strong between the 2 organizations. So I recommend it, and I know it's a different model from how a lot of museums and universities partner. So I'm happy to take questions, and I'd love to talk to you more about it. Thanks for coming, and I hope you're having a great day.